Thank you so much. Thank you. My pleasure to be with you today here. Actually, it's one of my passions to get all my trainees to be connected with each other. But actually, as we just have around 30 minutes, and I don't have that much time to make you connected, so let's do this very quickly. So I ask every one of you to find someone beside him, right or left, and to shake his hands firmly, and to look deeply inside his eyes, and say from your heart, the more I'm getting to know you, the more I start to like you. Yes, the more I'm getting to know you, the more I start to like you. Come on, please. The more I'm getting to know you, the more I start to like you. Yes, with yourself. The lonely people with themselves. Okay, give yourself a big round of applause, please. Thank you, Dave. Another exercise, and the final exercise before we start. Find someone beside you, look deeply inside his eyes, and shake his hands firmly, and say with deep conviction, you look better than you do in your Twitter account. Yes, come on. You look better than you do in your Twitter account. Come on. Give yourself a big round of applause, please. Another round of applause. Thank you. Actually, my presentation today is called the Picasso Effect. And it's mainly about a story which inspired me. When I always am very passionate about reading stories for strange people. So I started to read about Picasso. I know that he was one of the greatest artists in the centuries all over the world. One of his very inspiring stories that really inspired me, that one day Picasso was in his market moving through his masterpieces. And one lady saw him and said, "Oh my God, Mr. Picasso, it's nice to meet you. I'm a big fan. Please, Mr. Picasso." And she started to get a piece of paper and pencil and said, "Mr. Picasso, please, could you do a little piece of art for me, please? A little drawing for me?" And then he said, "Of course, absolutely." He get the paper and get the pencil and started to make a little drawing for her. And then he get it back to the lady. The lady saw the picture and said, "Wow, fantastic. Thank you, Mr. Picasso." And she started to walk away. Then Mr. Picasso looked at her and said, "Please, lady, $1 million, please." The woman was astonished. "Oh my God, $1 million. Mr. Picasso, it just takes you 30 seconds to do that. Why you ask me for $1 million? Picasso looked at her and said, "My dear lady, it takes me 30 years to do that in 30 seconds. It takes me 30 years to do that in 30 seconds." And then I started to ask myself after listening for this, that how can we add this Picasso mastery in our training? Can we really do this innovative touch in our training delivery as a trainers? Do you think so? How can we get this level of Picasso effect, level of mastery? I need your ideas, even in Arabic. Yes, please tell me. Passion. Shagaf, yes, to be very passionate about what you are doing. Okay, this is one idea. Another idea? Practice. We are talking about 30 years. Thank you. It's about full-time practice. So I started to think, how can we add this innovative touch? And in order to make it easier for you, I have major crucial elements for having Picasso level training. If you really apply these 4 major elements in your training, I guarantee that you will have a Picasso level training. And in order to make it easier and remember for you, I can summarize these 4 elements in just one word. And this word is clip. Our formula is simply called clip. Clip formula. And of course, all of you have, excuse me, Mr. Bassam, this clip, please. All of you have this clip. I give you this clip just to remember when you get back to your home, this is the simple clip. Whenever you're going to make your training, please make your training clip. Make your training clip. Okay, are you ready? Now, let's start by the first idea that I want to share with you in the clip formula. C. The first idea, make your training creative. Make your training creative. And actually, we are now living in the age, what I call the age of the copy-paste. That most trainers not just copy the same ideas, not just copy the same games, not just copy the same activities, but sometimes they copy the same slides. Where is the innovation? Where is the talent? Let's not discount the value of authenticity, the value of being authentic. To leave everything better than you found it. This is what's meant by creativity. So we need really to add this creative touch in our training. Especially, our planet is overpopulated with people who are calling themselves trainers. We have thousands and thousands of millions of billions of people who are trainers. So unless you are adding something new, unless you are adding something creative, you will not stand out. You will not be exceptional. You will add something that really get people to talk about you and to bring you for them. And actually, I wanted to ask you this question. Imagine that you are riding your car in a road, and then you found 2 cows in the farm on the side of the road. Are you going to park your car and to take photos for these cows?
Depends on the size of the cows.
The size of the cows, okay? What in the cow can get you to park your car on the side of the road and start to take photos and to share on Instagram and Twitter? Nothing. This is normal, right? You will go for your road, especially you are in Egypt, right? Every day we see this, huh? But imagine that if you are riding and you found a purple cow when you are riding. I pray, of course, all of you will park your car on the side and start and to take photos, share on Instagram, share on Twitter, share on Facebook, tell everybody that I saw very outstanding, very explosive new thing, purple cow. This doesn't happen anytime. This idea is inspired from Mr. Seth Godin, one of the marketing gurus. He wrote in a book he called The Purple Cow. And he simply says that if you are going to bring a value for the market in a purple cow style, something unique, something outstanding, now you are successful. But unless you are delivering this unique thing, nothing will happen for you and you will not be successful in your market. So we need to be creative because Robin Sharma says that the marketplace pays for exceptional, even in the worst economy. Even in the worst economy, the marketplace is ready to pay anything just for exceptional people, for innovative people. So we need to be creative. Another reason that the average adult's attention span has plummeted into just 5 minutes. So now we have, according to the Fortune magazine in July 2013, this is the recent study, by the way, we have just 5 minutes to hold the attention of people. Unless we have these 5 minutes, they will not be with you. So we need creative ideas. We need creative potential. Now my question for you, how to make our training creative? Of course, I have an idea, but just to get your ideas first. How can we make our training creative? Your ideas, please. We have many trainers here and training managers and training gurus. How to make our training creative?
Something new.
Yes?
Creative idea in the training.
Yes?
Creative ideas.
That's very good. Creative new ideas. Thank you. What else? Another suggestion for having creative idea, even in Arabic. No problem. We are talking Arab bilingual. Yes? That's very good. Thank you. New ideas, new way of delivery. Yes? What else? Luri, I need Luri because Luri, I'm talking English for you.
Well, I'll share one of the things that I do in my training.
Yes, that's great.
I'm American, but I've been here 4 years in Kuwait. And
Could you please come here to the stage and to share your idea if you don't mind? Please, one very big round of applause for Miss Luri Santos.
actually, I'm not going to do it. They're going to do it. Is that okay?
Okay,
Okay. I don't know how you call it. What do you call it when they start clapping?
clapping.
Yeah. So will you do this with me? Your Arabic clap? But you have to do it your way with the offbeat, huh? Huh? Give it to me. What is it called? How's the name?
Oh, clap.
Yeah? What is it called? Yes, you said it.
Shabaka, something like this.
Yeah, exactly. Shabak. Shabak. Okay. So for me, it's because I'm Portuguese American. As a Portuguese, we've got Latin blood. We value our blood like the Arab values your blood. So for me, I believe in implementing what you use in your culture to illustrate metaphors and deep learning inside the classroom. So we do this each time I'm coaching and training as part of your culture, sealing the deal or sealing the message on the lesson.
Yes, thank you. Big round of applause for Thank you. Of course, Tama, it's a very big topic to talk about creativity and training, but just I have one idea, that one of the major impactful idea that I really use in my training. I want to share with you this idea. Please, would you give me the tennis racket, please? Thank you so much, thank you. I always start my training programs always with using this tennis racket. It's very effective when I start using this, what we call the probe. Okay, we can move there. This is what we call the power of probes. Do you know the probe? The probe is simply using an object to deliver a certain idea. And they say, we always teach people that one picture is more powerful than 1,000 words. And now I can tell you that one probe is more powerful than 1,000 pictures. Because simply it's very crystallized and something they touch, something they can see, more than the images on this. So I'll always start my training by this slide. Who knows this player? Andre Agassi, one of the greatest players and championship of the tennis game. So most of the trainees know, of course, Andre Agassi. And then I ask them, who knows how Andre Agassi started his career? And most of them make like you right now. They are silent and they don't know anything about the start of his career. Then I start to say the information that I know from the biography of Andre Agassi. If you don't know the Andre Agassi, in the first beginning of his career, the first 100 match in his tennis career, do you know how many matches did he lost? How many matches he lost in the beginning of his career? So from 100 match. You are very optimistic, thank you so much. He lost 80 matches. 80% of the matches at the beginning of career, the championship of the world, the best tennis player in the history, lost 80 games, 80 matches at the beginning. So they are become very shocked. Now, and after losing the 80 match, he went to his coach and said, "Coach, I quit. I leave this game. I can't play this game anymore. This game is not for me. I am not meant to be a tennis player." Then the coach looked at him and said, "Okay, Andre, I know that you are. I understand your feelings, but just please, before leaving the tennis game, I want to tell you something. You know that I watch all of your videos. You are a great player. You are outstanding. You are really have all the talents of tennis game. Just there's only one tactic. There's only one strategy. If you apply in your games, I bet you that you will win all of your matches." So then Andre said, "Oh my God, tell me this." Then the coach started to hold the tennis racket, and he said that when the ball comes to you from the other player, you start to shoot the ball like this. But you need to add 90% degree. So instead of doing like this, you need to get your tennis like this. So when you get the racket, this 90-degree increase, by this way, you can develop more powerful shoot, and this will increase your performance. Really started tennis, Andre Agassi started to really get practice, and in each training, he always add 90% degree in each training. And after that, after practicing, from this moment, the career of Andre Agassi started to take off. By just one tactic, by just one strategy, by just one technique, he started to practice very well. Really, he get his career and became the champion, from champ to champion. And then I start to show this idea that I want to share with my trainees. Small changes makes big difference. Small changes makes big difference. So after attending this training, after these 5 days, you'll get many techniques, many strategies, many tactics. Maybe just one idea that I will share with you that will change your life. And then they start, and we start our training. So this is one of the ideas I really use, and I want you to search on the internet and the using of the probes. You'll find very creative ideas on this topic. So now we finished the first letter in using the CLIP formula, which was, please in one voice say, C for? Creative. Thank you. C, the next in CLIP. The letter? L. And L means for make your training link it to the business objectives. Make it link. We always, as a trainers, write our proposals. Thank you. I don't need this again. Okay, please. Thank you. Link it to business objective. Trainers always write their proposals in form of learning objectives. After attending this training course, the participant will be able to manage his time effectively. The participant will be capable of closing his sales efficiently. But the people in business don't understand this language. We need, as a trainers, to talk bilingually, to take in the language of learning and in the language of business, to talk with them in the form of money. And so whenever we are in the preparation, in the training, in the support, assessment, any stage of the training process, we need to never get eyes off business objectives. We need to develop the 7 habits of highly effective people. The second habit, who knows the second habit? Begin with an end in mind. Begin with training with the business objectives. Don't start your training how they are going to be fun, how it's going to be pleasure. This is just a means. This is just a way to deliver the information. Because simply, the business people talk about profits, talk about how to increase the sales volume, how to increase productivity, how to decrease the cost. All of their language is cost, is profits, is bottom line. So when you give them training, how training is going to do this for me? How it's going to increase the sales, increase the productivity. So make our training link it to the business objectives. And number 3 is the I. And I is to make your training intensely emotional. Intensely emotional. I'm talking with you now as a pharmacist from my background in pharmacy and medicine, and I tell you that our brain is mainly formed in a way to understand information and to store the information in the long memory when it's become attached to emotions. If you just give me tough informations without any kind of emotions, I can't understand anything. And that's why I can see here, this is what we call the limbic brain. This limbic brain, the red area is the emotional area. And they found that the emotional area is the store of long memory information. So if you want to really make an effect, make your trainees connected, make an emotional impact, make them feel that you are pleasure. Bob Bike put it in a very great way when he said that the amount of pleasure, the amount of learning we have in the classroom is proportional to the amount of pleasure we have. So the more pleasure we have, the more learning we make. So let's focus mainly on these emotions. Make them excited, make them happy, make them tender and feel grateful for you. But if you are making them sad, angry, scared, nothing will happen with that. C-L-I-P. You have a question here.
You said if you make them sad or angry or scared, nothing will happen. Is that what I heard you say?
Yes. Nothing will happen. Learning will not happen at all. Nothing of understanding will happen. There is no training at all.
It will be blocked.
Yes, there is a block. Thank you for this word. Block between you and between your learners.
Are you coming from a trainer perspective or a coaching perspective?
Talking from training perspective.
Because in the coaching classroom, actually, if we get to those deep, scary emotions, that's oftentimes where
This is effective, of course, in coaching. Yes.
Because you open the emotion.
Yes, because we coaching need to get to this deeper level.
Yeah.
Yes. While in training, we need just emotions of the excitation and pleasure. Thank you. Thank you for your addition. Finally, CLIP. And to make your training practical. Make your training full of games, full of activities. And of course, I know that this is a very cheesy idea. And of course, as the trainers, we all put these activities, we all put these actions. But here is one very important idea that I want to share with you concerning this. I want you now to have this exercise with me, please. This exercise simply, I want you to say the colors of this word with one voice with yourself in English. So I want to say black, red, blue, in this sequence. Okay, are you ready for that? Okay, 3, 2, 1, in one voice.
Red, blue, green, yellow.
Wow, thank you. A really great. Big round of applause for you, please. Big round of applause. Now the next slide, doing the same exercise. Say the color of each word with one voice. Are you ready for that? 3, 2, 1. Are you ready about? I can see now that there's some defect in the way we say it, right or not? It's not the same as the first time. What happened here? We are all programmed as learners in a certain way. We are programmed in a certain way of thinking, certain way of behaving, certain way of saying information. So unless we want to change this, we need a little practice. We need to practice this information. And here, there's two stages of learning. The first stage is the conscious, skillful. Do you remember in the beginning when you start to learn driving the car? You are conscious about that, right or not? You are thinking to make now, I start to move, I start to think, how can I move the car? Where the D is for drive, R for reverse, thinking about everything. But after extreme practice, what happened? Now you can talk with your friend, and you can drive your car, and you can eat sandwich, and you can do a lot of things while you are driving. It's about what? It's about practice. To move from conscious level to the unconscious level. So please, my recommendation for you in training is always to stop for gas. And what we mean by gas is games, activities, and simulations. And my new idea here is that don't say that our training is mainly a lecture and we add games and activities. No! But the training 2.0, the new model of training, is that our training is mainly activities, mainly games, and we put some lectures inside. So by this idea, we are developing a new way of thinking about training. Then, in the end, I want to tell you something to close my presentation, that training is not important, but learning is. And learning is not important, but performance is. And performance is not important, but achievement is. And achievement is not important, but making a difference is. So add the Picasso effect to your training, clip your training, and make a difference. Thank you so much. Thank you. Just I ask you please to follow me on my Instagram. It will be my pleasure to follow me, my Instagram account, my Twitter account, and my LinkedIn account. I actually think I am connected with most of you on LinkedIn, so I hope to connect in all other areas and other means. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.